Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series where we are the Unholy Horde here in Norland. And as you can see here, we have actually kicked up Serrano's command skill up to a level of 20. I decided that after Sediman's death, it actually makes quite a bit of sense to at least still give ourselves a commander on the level of him. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, the Unholy Horde after a certain day becomes much less, I guess, powerful, one might say. But my counter to that is that we don't really want to spend tens of days at a time just sitting around and not really doing the point of the series. So we went ahead and did that, and we're just going to do it exactly like we would with soldiers, where we basically just pick combat or command and bump it up, bump one of them up to 20 and the other down to 0. So we went ahead and did the same with Dire Mood, except we made him a 20 in combat and 0 in command. So this should make him pretty useful, just throwing him into Serrano's squad as well. And we also had our next batch of soldiers, so we went ahead and made another commander out of one of them. So we'll go ahead. I guess we're going to have a rebellion, so we'll take care of that. And then we will go ahead and head out, probably, I guess, to Siva. Although they are pretty strong still, so maybe not. What's going on over here? So actually, Kenna is quite weak right now. They only have 9 soldiers. Even with the walls, we might be okay to take them out. So we have 3 times their numbers. What is, let's see. Should we take out their villages first? Oh, there's no need because they don't even have a camp there. Okay, so it's looking like Kenna might need to be our next target. Yalma is quite weak as well. Not weak enough yet, though. Yes, okay, so we will probably go for Kenna next. There is a rebellion. That could be worth it to try to get involved in as well. Okay, so we'll wait and we'll decide in some time exactly which one we'll go for. Maybe for Kenna, but maybe we'll help with this rebellion against Siva. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Kenna ended up having their ruler die and has now completely fallen. So we're going to go ahead. I think we're just going to resettle this immediately, because then we can take these guys out, and then we'll immediately have 2 more cities that we can settle over this way. And then we can even settle this one back, and Nehemiah can't really fully take us out. And that should make it a little bit easier. We might be able to take these guys out or these ones. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead. Set this to Lords and spawn 1. And we'll send you with the last little bit of money that we have, it looks like. Shapatka. There you go. Go and settle that city for us. Okay, so now Yalma just got attacked by marauders, and as you can see, they are down to 3 soldiers. We're going to actually attack this. I went ahead and I just got rid of all of our prisoners and removed the ones from our army that got added there so that we wouldn't have to deal with that rebellion while we're gone. Most likely they're going to rebuild before we end up getting over there anyways, but if they only have 3 soldiers, it's worth it to at least attempt to get over there. So let's go ahead. We'll put Dire Mood here, and we'll have, or wait. Not Dire Mood. Rataboy. And we'll put Dire Mood in his squad here. Perfect. This should definitely go pretty easily, as long as we can get there before they rebuild. Now, on another note, Kriege has both of its villages burned, so we're actually going to go ahead and bribe this camp of forest bandits. It most likely is not going to be very useful to us right now, but you know, any chance that we can take out Kriege is definitely going to be something that we will definitely take. Okay, so very frustratingly, but Yalma, within just a couple of hours, of course, rebuilt their entire army again, so yeah, that's really rather frustrating now. I know that in the Big Autumn update, they are actually toning this back finally. I think in the Big Summer update is when they actually made this happen, where everything just grows out of control all the way back to kind of, they basically have a default army size, and whenever they get below it, they just rebuild to it very quickly in just a completely nonsensical way that you could never do in the actual game by yourself. But at least they are finally toning it back, but I don't know to what extent it has been toned back. Regardless, this is just one of the things we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and bribe this camp now as well. I think we're going to send... it's tough. Maybe we should have Shapoka actually do this before she settles that abandoned city. Oh no. We didn't get the money back for the abandoned city. Okay, well, that's a loss of money now, which, that's another thing that I believe is a bug. Okay, now, unfortunately, that Camp of Forest Bandits actually lost on Emberfall, so it's actually too weak now to really even be useful, so I guess we have to take that money back and start settling these ruins again instead. And I guess Kriege is going to have to be our main target now, so I don't know how far Letta is from leaving, but yeah, she is finally on her way. She takes a lot of time whenever we try to send her places. Okay, so we settled Kenna, and as you can see, Esna here is not actually that powerful for what the size of their city actually is. And they do have this camp here, so we're going to try to bribe this, but we're going to need to get a little bit of money. And we've got Green Hollow here. We're also going to need to... Never mind. Okay, I was going to say we need to burn that, but it looks like Yalma is actually going to take care of that for us, so that's perfect. They must actually just be fighting back and forth, which is quite funny. It doesn't... Yeah, it looks like they're in a stalemate situation, so they just burn each other's villages, which I find kind of hilarious. But either way, we need to go ahead and take out some bandit camps to make up a little bit of money. I don't want to keep deleting roads. I've already removed all the roads we pretty much can that aren't, you know, assisting us with our actual city development, so we'll just go ahead, take out some bandit camps. 65%, what? Huh. That is much worse than I expected. I don't know if I want to risk losing a bunch of soldiers to this. That one's barely any better. Okay, maybe we just have Noth help us out with this then. We'll have to split with them. But that's actually, okay, I guess I can't even have them join in this? No. Okay. Expected. Alright, let's just go do it ourselves and hopefully we don't lose everybody. Okay, so we completed that camp and unfortunately lost 3. Not exactly the amount we want to lose to such a easy camp, but, you know, it is what it is. And at this point, you know, I'm starting to get used to it, but this is not how combat used to work in this game. It is super unfortunate that they decided to tip the scales against the players so incredibly difficult, in the sense that you just lose really good warriors to the weakest possible fighters that you can really imagine. So either way, we have the money we need now. Let's go ahead and bribe this band camp. And unavailable. Oh yes, we need to get back home first. Of course, I'm stupid. Okay, so we also have Letta coming home now. These bandits are now attacking Kriege, but there is only 20 of them. I don't expect it's going to be anything too substantial. And they are reinforcing Siva there for something. Not too sure what. So they have 7, 8, what is that, 23, 28 still in the city, so they will take some damage, but I doubt it's going to be anything too substantial. So let's get home really quick, and we're going to send Letta here off to this bandit camp. Okay, so I was getting ready to send Letta over to this camp of forest bandits by Esna, but they got attacked by some forest bandits already. And as you can see, they're back down to 8 soldiers. So we're actually going to go at Winter Hall here. And we'll see what it looks like when we get over into this area and see if Esna has rebuilt. I'm sure they will, but this still gives us a lot better odds, I think, for taking them out normally. So we're going to still send Letta just in case to this camp. But most likely, I'm hoping we can just recall it and attack Esna here by ourselves. But otherwise, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Now, we are having some slow movement, I feel like, but it is maybe going to speed up a little bit now. Siva and Kriege are getting really big. It's making it very difficult. We may have to increase the amount of troops that we spawn for ourselves, instead of the 2 that it would be per day. Maybe we bump that up to 4 or so, because otherwise it is going to take like 200 days, probably more, to take out this big kingdom. But yeah, so unfortunately, I think the biggest issue that this campaign has showed me is just how much the game likes to tip the scales against the player, even, no matter how strong the player actually is. Because we're in a much stronger position now than we have been in previous series, and those series honestly felt easier in a lot of ways. That's partially, I think, because we don't really have good armor and things like that, but we do have the axes, so we should theoretically be doing pretty well. But either way, I mean, it is nice to still have a challenge, but most of the point of this series was to test the combat system, and it is looking like it's just, odds are just stacked against the player completely, regardless of your actual army and things like that. But either way, we'll see how it goes from here on out. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.